All right, Max. First off, can you just give us some insight onto your wrestle-off for the World Cup you did out in Iowa City? Sort of just take us through it and your emotions going through it, and all your matches. So.
You know, I mean, I guess it was something that was a little bit different for me. I didn't know. I mean, I knew the World Cup was coming up, but I didn't know what was going on with 84 kilos. I know Jake Herbert is having some shoulder surgery. Actually, I think he just went through it and it's successful, so that's, you know, good for him. But a lot of the guys had kind of gone out, so I didn't know how they were going to settle it. And I was talking to Zeke, and you know, finally about it's like 2 or 3 weeks before, you know, they decided they were going to wrestle off at Iowa City and you know, a little mini camp. So. Showed up, got the details about it a week before. You know, there were 6 people, so I had to wrestle Tyrell Todd first. So I wrestled him. 15 minutes later, you know, so it was like right back at it. I got back against, I had to wrestle Austin Trotman, who's a real tough, kind of newer guy coming on the scene. I know anyone that seen the NCAAs with him, double like, and everyone knows about him. But and then finally I wrestled Keddy, which is really cool because it was before an Iowa dual meet. You know, I don't know, everyone's kind of heard, you know, things about Carver Hawkeye and such. So I mean, it was right before it, so it was probably, you know, I would say 3,000 people or something like that. It was cool. It wasn't one of their big duels, but it was good enough. And yeah, came out on top. Knocked Nick's playing, scoring and stuff like that. Though.
Yeah, I mean, so it was kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing for you.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it seemed to go real fast. You know, it wasn't something like, you know, how like the Open, you know, U.S. Open, everyone's there preparing, and we know right now what's going on, and we knew, you know, after the Olympics were done when the Open was and how it's going to go down. So it was one of the things where, you know, it pays to be training year-round, and it pays to be in good shape because, I mean, you know, wrestling, you know, one match and 15 minutes later having a fresh opponent is tough.
So what was it like getting a win over Hawkeye in Carver Hawkeye Arena?
It was cool. It was cool. It was funny though. I was trying to talk to the announcer because, you know, of course they announced Phil Keddy, you know, Iowa Hawkeye, you know, 2-time or 3-time All-American, you know, and they announced that I'm from Wisconsin, a former Missouri wrestler. So like, it was silent for me. And I was hoping they'd let people know I was from Cedar Rapids, just about 20 minutes outside. So, but no such luck.
Well, what can you do? So, what's next for you?
Next for me is the World Cup. So we had the wrestle-off. I flew home. I was there long enough to get the keys to our new place. We're opening up a second academy in Wisconsin, and kind of move some stuff in there. And then as soon as that was done, I woke up the next morning, or actually no, that night. That night I took off and I headed for Lincoln, Nebraska. So I was home for less than 24 hours, and then 10 days there. I'm in Colorado Springs. We got 10 days here. Watch Ben's fight tonight,
Nice.
and then I'll go home. I'll go home for about a week or so, and hopefully, you know, I got a little niece coming out, and then after that, it's back to Azerbaijan and then Iran.
Right. So is training going good so far?
Training's going great. You know, of course, like I told you, I go to Lincoln, Nebraska, so I've been training with Jordan Burroughs, which is, you couldn't ask for a better workout partner, just in terms of looks, in terms of, you know, reaction time, you know, the necessity of reacting in time for him and kind of foreseeing it, because if you're reacting when he's shooting, you're probably getting taken down.
Well, I heard you can stop that double leg. Is that true?
From who?
I don't name my sources, but
I do all right.
Yeah.
You know, I do all right. He usually switches off to a single, and that's usually where he's getting me. But those double legs are still dangerous. He's got me on a couple of them, and you don't feel good.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, good luck to you, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right.